card for us today. It's one of my favorite, simple, quick and easy cards using some designer series paper to make a fun punch peekaboo card that I can't wait to share with you. So let's get started. Okay, so here is the bundle we are going to be using today. It's called Sign Design, and it is this all-occasion stamp set that coordinates with this super cute punch that will actually punch out the shape of these signs. And then there's different sentiments that really are all occasions, right? All through the year. We've got Christmas and New Year, we've got Halloween, trick or treat, birthday, may your day be sweet, season of thanks for the autumn. So it really is kind of a all season stamp set, right? And this really cute border. And I love this punch. So let me show you the card. I call this a punch peekaboo because it really kind of like peeks through and says peekaboo when you open it up. So it's just a flat base. We're gonna make it. It's super simple. You can put these together. They're great when you're sending out lots of one card because you can do them really quickly. And I love how it uses and showcases both sides of the designer series paper. So this designer series paper is from the Autumn Toile DSP set. So we're using these beautiful Cajun Craze foxes on today's card. We've got pumpkins and really nice backings, all kinds of beautiful paper in this Autumn Toile. And so here is actually the piece we're going to be using today, and you can see it's got that beautiful striped design on the other side. So when you're making one of these cards, you want to make sure that whatever is on the opposite side is kind of a more neutral, and that it's not a, it doesn't have to be facing a certain way because it might get flipped with this design. So a non-directional, that's the word I was looking for, a non-directional design. Okay, so let's get started. But before we do, if you love today's card, a couple of things. I always send out a weekly, I call it my Buzz Bulletin, that has a free printable PDF tutorial that you can print out with all the measurements, the step-by-step instructions, a picture of the card, and you can print that out for your idea book and have all of those things so you don't have to worry about writing them down on today's video. Also, if you love the card and would love your very own set of pre-cut pieces with today's card, for a project kit, I offer every week a freebie from me with your $50 or more order in my online store. So you have from now when this video releases to the following Wednesday before my next video releases, and you will actually get all of the pre-cut pieces to make 3 of today's project and a printed tutorial as just a freebie from me. Okay, so back to business, right? I've got some pre-cut pieces here. So I will be using Early Espresso, and this is just a flat piece that I've already cut. This is gonna be the backing of our card. And then I've already cut and scored this piece for us just to save us a little bit of time. But this is DSP, and it is 10.5 by 4, and then we've just scored it right in the middle. And so when you're scoring DSP, just a little side tip is, in my tutorial, I even wrote score lightly because you don't want to press too hard when you're scoring DSP because it could tear, because DSP, right, is a bit thinner than like our cardstock. So we're just going to go ahead and fold this in half. Now, right on that score line, since this is DSP, I like to fold in half and burnish with my finger versus the bone folder because I don't want that crease to split the seam of that score line. So this is going to be the piece that we take and put on our card here. We've got the inside there. We've got our foxes. Aren't those cute? Facing the proper way here. And now we're going to use that punch. So with this card. So we folded it. We know that this, with the foxes facing the correct way, is going to be the front of our card. See, if we flipped it, the foxes would be upside down. So you want to make sure the correct direction is up, and then we're going to open this. We're going to take our sign design punch here, and I'm just going to go all the way up from the bottom, so as far as the punch will let me go. And I'm just going to kind of center this left to right. I'm just kind of looking at each side, and I'm going to punch that through. Now this piece can be used on another card later. And then we have this little peekaboo here, okay? So we're going to grab our liquid glue, and we're just going to go ahead and add glue to the back of this piece. After we punch, we got to do the punching first. It's just much easier. And we'll just hold those and center that right onto that base, that early espresso base that we created. These are really good cards for mailing because they are flat and thin. Boy, I got glue heavy there. Okay, so we just hold that, make sure it's all there, and we have that piece. Now we're going to bring in a piece of basic white. I'm going to grab my trimmer here, and we're just going to cut us a little layer here for the inside. You could use a die for this if you wanted, but I just like to cut a nice inside layer real easy there. And then this piece is going to go inside our card. So we'll just grab a little bit more of that liquid glue. I'll try to have a lighter hand this time. No gushing, right? And we're going to just center this right on the inside piece. So I love that you can really see the DSP at the top, a little bit of a border, kind of gives us 3 layers here, right? Easy so far, right? So we've got that. Now we're going to do some stamping. So I have a little stamping tip that I just picked up. So this is my silicone mat, and I'm going to start with some early espresso ink here. And the tip I just learned, and I was watching another video and it was so great, is to put your ink pad on top of your silicone mat while you're using it, and it won't slide around. How lovely. Doesn't it make that tapping noise? Oh my goodness. I thought this was the best tip. Okay, so we're just inking up this season with the leaves. And let me move this to the side here so I can make sure that you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to close my DSP here, and I'm going to actually stamp through that peekaboo. So I'm through that hole there, right, that we punched through. I'm going to hold this, make sure all that ink transfers beautifully. There we go. And so now you'll see season, and it's this little cute peek through, and it's centered exactly where we need it. See, if you stamp before, then you may not have it centered. So I just stamp right through that peekaboo hole. Now I'm going to switch here to some Cajun Craze. I'm still going to use my silicone mat because it totally helps with your ink pad not moving all over your table. We're just going to ink up the next one with Cajun Craze. This is Of Thanks. So our whole sentiment will be Season of Thanks. I love that they separated these out so that we could stamp them in multiple colors. Ah! Did you see that? My stamp jumped. Well, you get the point. So you just stamp that right underneath, and you see that? I got some extra inky there. So if I was to fix this, there's a couple of ways that we could do that. We could just cut a new layer and put it right over that. We could grab one, where is it here? One of our, this is my favorite way to fix things. So let me grab a Stampin' Blends marker here in Cajun Craze. It's a little bit of scrap paper here. This is how I fix things a lot of times. So you know I love to speckle. Well, if you speckle over a mistake, it oftentimes masks it, and then you can't really tell that there was a little boo-boo there. Hey, that speckling looks real pretty over that, right? Or you could just put a new piece if you did a little boo-boo, but you get the idea. We will just use our good example here. Then I'm gonna take my embellishments here. So this is our Cajun Craze. These are new and they're so pretty. Cajun Craze and gold. Let me get close with those. Can you see that? How pretty. Cajun Craze and gold something. Dots. I'm gonna grab my Take Your Pick tool here, and we're gonna put 2 of these dots, the large and the medium, kind of to the right here. We'll grab a smaller one and put it right here to the left. So let me get close so you can see. We've got 3 of those right there. And there's still plenty of room for me to write a message at the top, right? And then we're gonna add our linen thread bow. So you'll have to tell me in the comments, do you love tying bows? I do. So this is our linen thread. And one thing I love to do is I just have a little container here, and I might be watching TV or watching YouTube videos, and I will just sit and tie a bunch of double bows. And so then I have them ready to go when I am gonna make a card. And so you can see I had a couple ready there. I'm gonna grab a mini glue dot, and I will just take my bow here and I stick it directly to the mini glue dot right on there. And then I just peel it off. The glue dot will be attached, you can see. And since linen thread is real fine, you just kind of mush that over and then it won't peek through. And then we'll just stick this right on the top of our sign design peekaboo. So isn't that fun? You've got your peekaboo shining through there. Such a simple card, super easy and fun, and packs a really good wow. So I really love that peekaboo design, right? Okay, so I can't wait to see what you create with this. I can't wait to see your punch peekaboo cards. I love when you guys share those with me, when you comment, tell me how much you loved the things, and show me what you're making. That is the best, right? When you have an idea and I have an idea and we share them with each other, well, now we have 2 ideas. And who doesn't love that, right? The best thing about our crafting community, that is for sure. All right, you guys, I'll see you next week for another fun video. Have a great day.